Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a Risk of Resources semi-final tournament of the week. I'm Race. I'm here with Goji today.
Hello, everybody.
So let's go over what is actually going on today. Today is a big day. Like I said, this is our semi-finals, and we have 4 players today. We have Reddy, Confused, Snek, and Tyler, and 2 of them only are going to grand finals today. So the bottom 2 players are gonna be just gone.
Big stakes today.
Huge stakes, actually. Reminder, this is a tournament with a prize pool at the end of it, and we have what I think it's $1,050 as of last week is the total prize pool amount. So if you lose here, you don't get anything. You're done. If you can get into grand finals, you can get a little bit of something guaranteed. Definitely going after that first place gets you the big cash prize. So that's what everyone's fighting for right now. As for today, though, we're also doing 5 loadouts, and that's already more than we usually do in a race. So this is already going to be a little bit more mentally taxing, I think, than some of the other ones have been. There's a lot of pressure today.
And there's potential for tiebreakers as well, because you could tie for second.
Yeah.
So there's potential for 6 even today. A lot of risky rain to be played.
There's also a lot of room for comeback, though, right? So if you do bad in the first loadout or something, there's more of a timeline here. There's more of a chance to say, hey, I can actually come back from this. I can get my points back up on the board and stuff. I think we're ready to start, Goji. So if you want to tell them they're good to go, let's do it. This has been in the works for a while, and I'm glad to see everyone kind of finally get into this point. Everyone has worked hard to get here through pools, through quarterfinals as well. Last week we saw Ready and Confused that worked their way 1 quarterfinals just to get here. Will that be in vain? I don't know. We'll see. That's kind of the exciting thing, right? It's like there's this big journey that a lot of players are having right now. Oh, Snek is almost dead.
Oh my god, what happened? Did he hit a blood shrine?
He did hit a blood shrine. Oh, Confused is looking at it too. He's like, These guys, they love hitting their blood shrines and dying stage 1.
What's going to be really interesting today is on the top we have Confused and Snek, who are speedrunners, known to play very aggressive, take big risks. Then on the bottom we have Tyler and Reddy, who are quite the opposite. They're pretty safe players, you know, they try not to take too many risks, maybe make a little bit more macro plays throughout their runs. So we can already see that with the blood shrine. It's obviously Confused and Snek are going to hit the blood shrine, and obviously Tyler and Reddy are going to be like, nah, we don't need to do that.
I mean, it does show that both play styles are viable as well. I mean, they all got here, which says a lot about how they play.
We see Confused actually picking up a Trophy Hunter's Tricorn.
Oh,
and
shit.
There's going to be AWU later, so we might see him save that all the way to stage 4 and potentially get some empathy cores and a red item.
I could see Ruddy going for a Mern, not really saving for AWU or anything. I know that some people don't like breaking the eggs on Sirens even if they have a gun, because it like that alone takes a long time. It is an investment for sure.
It's going to depend on the other equipment they find throughout the run. NG's one of those survivors where if you can get like a capacitor build going, that's going to probably be stronger than just your normal loadout. And then of course, if you find a vase, you probably need to take a vase. The pillar skip and just the movement you get from that is going to be a little bit too strong to turn down. Oh, we do see Tyler printing bleed right now. And Reddy's doing the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know how much Confused or Snek went in. Looks like they're not. I mean, that's, again, just kind of speaks to their playstyles, but...
Yeah, and Snek actually did end up printing some bleed
5
there.
in, and also keeping the syringe.
Confused, on the other hand, he's well into stage 2. Managed to find an opal, find a mocha, found a drink. Looking a little bit comfier, but no real damage at all right now.
Yeah,
that's going to become an issue.
I mean, look at Ruddy's speed right now. Hoof, 2 drinks, and a mocha on top of the bleed. That's like that's the build you want right now, really.
Yeah, and of course NG is one of the survivors that can really take advantage of bleed once you get a couple turrets going and that opal on them as well to make sure they don't die quite as quickly. You can really burst down some single targets.
Behemoth on Tyler, sort of in the middle of the map there. I think that might have been the large chest. Oh, Ruddy sees the large chest right before leaving. Man, okay. So Tyler having 4 bleed and a behemoth probably has the most damage here by a decently large margin. Okay, so it looks like Confused is going for Shatterspleen as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be good for everybody else more than him, actually, where they're going to have immediate strong AoE for the rest of this run if they do decide to take that.
It looks like Ruddy is holding, not shooting the the imp here with the gun. Ruddy just walked over 2 needles. Ugh, taking a bit of damage. Does have razor wire. It does actually shoot the imp overlord just to get rid of the boss. He was kind of worried that he was going to die there, it looks like. And so he kind of made a decision just to take it out that way. That's kind of a shame, because he didn't want to, but it was only him taking damage, which kind of forced his hand a little bit. Looks like he's just going for the kill. And the damage is just so insanely good for Tyler right now. Already done with the boss, and no one else had a shorter boss fight than him. So yeah, he's saving it for stage 4.
Yeah,
Ruddy
that's
is
really
stage 4, by the way. Just kind of snuck past everyone. Does have the speed, does have the damage.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't be surprised if everybody gets an AWU kill here with the position of these void seeds. It's going to be pretty easy to just destroy a few eggs, and
it's so free.
Yeah, AWU's kind of entire environment there is covered by the void.
And Ruddy's making the very, very good decision to just start the boss fight right now. They'll spawn in the void seed, and it's just going to be way easier for him. Very smart. He did get one of his bosses void touch though, but it is getting killed by the other one. They're kind of fighting back and forth a little bit here. Easy. They're both dead. Here, looks like Ruddy's trying to go in for a little bit of charge on the edge. Do you want to be a little bit careful? I think Ruddy's turrets will be able to kind of kill everything if he kind of stayed in the void seed, but just kind of worried about AWU at the moment.
Yeah, Confused is having his own experience here with... He had a mountain shrine. Why are there 4? Well, he might end up with 2 stealth kits, or he gets the gloop, which is what I was about to say. Is getting a gloop out of this is very good. That's a very strong turret item, and it is a Ben's raincoat.
Yeah, the real win here is going to be the empathy cores, right?
There's actually a gun on this map that Tyler just found,
so he can get guaranteed gloop and guaranteed empathy cores if he wanted, just from that.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll go for the gloop or if we'll try to save for stage 5. Of course, there is like a decently high risk of getting a horde of many on stage 5 and just kind of missing completely. But... yeah,
it is a little bit unfortunate. Snack does get the empathy cores here on stage 4. One of the void cradles is a Lost Seer's lenses for Confused on top of the little ring there. Not really amazing, especially with the Shadow Spleen in his inventory. Honestly, I don't even think Lost Seers is that bad in this situation either, though, with the turrets. I think it's just kind of the Shadow Spleen that's kind of guiding their decisions there. There's a Shattering Justice printer on stage 5. So if you had gotten the Happy Mask and not the Behemoth, or just the Brain Coat or something like that. I mean, everyone has the Brain Coat, I guess, but I'm kind of worried about Tyler because he's not going to want to print his Behemoth into that.
The one thing for Tyler is he did manage to find a safer spaces. Looks like there was one void cradle kind of over near. Oh, and there's actually a laser scope as well on this stage.
Wow.
And
Confused actually turns down a safer spaces to get a lysate cell here on stage 5. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a interesting decision. Tyler will have the advantage of... Oh wait, Tyler doesn't have the key, so never mind. I was going to say he'll have the advantage of already having the spaces and being able to take that lysate guilt-free, but that's tricky.
No one got all the cradles then, I guess.
We do have this Blazing Greater Wisp for the teleporter boss, which shouldn't be too much of an issue for anybody.
Sounds about right.
Oh, and there's also a band printer that Ruddy just found.
Excellent. And I don't really think there's too many good greens here that anybody has. No, and a capacitor waiting for them right at the near the Halcyon Shrine.
Yeah, that's a good combo. That's kind of exactly what I was talking about earlier with the capacitors. A capacitor and a band printer, that's definitely stronger than most stuff NG can do. Usually if you have like a Shustis with a capacitor build, it's going to be a little bit hard to like do both. But you can kind of set your turrets up, proc the Shustis, and then get really strong band damage as well. Confused did end up with a Ocular HUD, which will play pretty well with the scope. Tyler is actually on the moon with a gun, so he missed out on all the equipment there.
Does have the Behemoth, but didn't get the Shustis, didn't get the capacitor, so I actually think Tyler's behind on damage.
Yeah, I mean, what's really surprising here, you know, we talked about at the start of this loadout who are going to be the 2 fast racers here and who are going to probably go a little bit slower. That is switched. Tyler and Ruddy are actually the first 2 on the moon, and Snack and Confused.
Isn't that interesting?
Kind of running around, trying to figure stuff out.
Let's find this void cradle here, though. Let's see what he goes with. I think he does have spaces already, right? No, he doesn't. He goes with the lysate as well. I mean, obviously, what Confused and Snack are thinking is like, yeah, I mean, we can get through the fight a lot faster if we have more DPS with the lysate, but it obviously is riskier. I don't know if there's a wrong option. It depends where your comfort level is with the fight, I suppose.
We do see Tyler and Ruddy starting to do pillars now. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. It'll actually be
These are pretty easy.
quick.
And there's the key box right there at soup for Ruddy as well. Actually,
Yeah.
Ruddy's going for the Wungus there instead of the Tunnel Bubble. Interesting.
Interesting. Well,
Just
he
wanting
didn't
more
ever find
healing.
the slug, and he didn't get the bungus either. So
It is crazy that Tyler basically walked around the key box without ever seeing it. 10 feet away on the other side of that little wall at soup. Oh man. I'm surprised he didn't go for the capacitor with the band. I'm surprised no one went for that. Like, is no one valuing bands with capacitor anymore? Are we moved past that point?
I mean, Snack has 5 bands in capacitor. He's got a good amount.
But then I look at his inventory, I'm like, why the hell did he keep the stealth kit and the Gore's Tome? I mean, I know that it takes a little bit of time to print, but I don't know. Tyler is kind of pulling ahead though a little bit on Mythic's damage. I mean, it's very slight. They're pretty even now. It kind of ebbs and flows depending on when Mythix is jumping.
I mean, one thing to note about Tyler is he does have those cores, and that's going to keep his turrets alive a lot longer and let him play more towards the center of the arena. Whereas Ruddy's keeping his turrets underneath the ramps, which is safe, but Mythix has to run all the way over there every time.
Confusing Tyler on phase 2 right now. Red trying to just finish up phase 1. Snack is trying to do one more pillar. I'm surprised Snack just didn't do double design like everyone else.
And of course, no +5 so far. I don't want to curse them. I've done it before.
You just cursed them, unfortunately.
For Snack, I think that is his condition to get points. He is a little bit too far behind now with Ready on phase 2 and Confused and Tyler into phase 3.
The damage is coming in, using safer spaces just to block, just to stay in the middle. Dude, damage Confused is really low right now. Just try not to get hit by one more thing. Scary. Ooh, does make it until Mythix jumps, but is really low here. The ads might pose a problem. Meanwhile, Tyler looks just about done with phase 3. Really pulled ahead there, despite having no equipment for damage.
I love what Tyler is doing, playing around his war banner, making sure he's placing the turrets inside of it to get that extra attack speed.
Very good.
Really
looks like he's holding off or trying to get a phase 4 skip or something here, not really wanting to deal with empathy cores or anything. This may... I don't know if I love this, but it looks like he's going to be able to pull it off. Does get the phase 4 skip.
But yeah, Tyler should...
All he has to do is get to the ship first. It looks like Confused has to do phase 4. Ready is about to get to the end of phase 3, so we'll see if there's an opportunity to skip or not. If he survives until Mythix jumps again, he will get it for sure.
The question is that going to put him ahead of Confused?
Potentially,
actually. Going to be pretty close here.
Ooh, Tyler, I don't know what portals were available, but Tyler did not take a portal that was very close to the ship. And Ruddy missed the
skip.
How did he miss that? He had capacitor and he was ready to jump in, right?
No, that wasn't it. He just had a lot of HP. Mythix had like 3,800 HP, and that wasn't enough to do it with that extra armor in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. This loadout has been close. I mean, Tyler getting back to the ship right now. Confused will be there in just a minute and Ready following suit. But hey man, pretty clean first loadout. Really good stuff from Tyler this run though. I think finding that behemoth early on stage 2 really set him up for success, and then feeling comfortable enough to save the gun for Awu and getting those empathy cores, and just a pretty clean, consistent run from him. Really liked how he played it.
All right, stage 1, Railgunner. So the stages for this one, we have Shattered Abodes, we have Altar, Scorched Acres, Abyssal, and then it looks like we have like Sky Meadow for the rest of the day, actually. So
I don't know. Better? Everybody, dude, I hate Helminth. Not like I hate like. Not like I think it's like a poorly designed stage or anything, but if I'm racing, going to Helminth feels horrible. There's just all these kind of bullshit enemies that like you run around and you just get stuck. It's such a vertical stage as well. I don't know. That stage always just gave me a migraine to play on. Sky Meadow feels like it's like you're going home.
Yeah, like I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say home.
And Snack is gone. Snack is on to stage 2. I forgot that we're playing a little bit stronger of a survivor this run.
Yeah, we're just playing NG for the last hour, so time to time to get something good here. We do have another green printer on stage 2. It is a nice stealth kit printer, very powerful. And there is a chance shrine right next to teleporter on stage 2, so I wonder if he'll go into that and maybe get something kind of special. Ruddy does have a plasma shrimp as well.
Oh, Snack does +5 from missing that last shot.
That is
brutal. Yeah, he played that so aggressively and just, I mean, as the Vagrant's about to explode, it moves its tendrils up in the air.
Yeah.
So it's pretty difficult to actually hit all those shots. And he was put himself in a position where he had to hit all of them. And then he missed one of them, and that spelled his death.
It's very early on. This is also only the second loadout, so I really don't know if that's gonna matter to him too much, but it is early on enough in the day where it could be like a morale kind of diffuser a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, something we've talked about in the past is like, regardless of your placement, just playing clean at the start of the day has a real effect on people's mentality about the game. If you make like messy mistakes right at the start of the day, that can really get in your head more than even the placement itself can sometimes. But Sneck's gonna trudge on and keep playing quick and try to speedrun this loadout is what it looks like, because he's already on to stage 3.
We've seen this before with players like Big D and stuff. Oh, ready. Oh, Jesus. Using that Chant Shrine for cover. There's a little Disciple Printer in stage 3, by the way, as well. Sneck stepped on a couple of spikes there, activating Transmitter, unfortunately. Gotta be really careful with these spikes. Did hit another one. That might be a death incoming for Sneck as well, again.
Yeah, he's gonna need to play this perfect or get out of there immediately. I would say get out of there immediately might be the best play.
This is so scary. I'm like holding my breath here, dude.
Yeah.
Don't take fall damage?
Oh, and he gets it.
Jesus.
Ready on the other hand,
Waste.
looting up a little bit more, finding a second chronic expansion.
Not
I
bad.
really like Reddy's items right now. He's got some speed, he's got the damage reduction from that wrap.
The
can
plinth
farm
is
up
the
with
main one, though.
pennies.
Like, that's such a damage boost over anyone else right now.
Confused has dealt with this teleporter though. I'm interested to see how much they actually loot stage 3 for Sneck and Confused, because while they're going quick, they don't really have anything.
Snack obviously realized that that was a pretty tough teleporter on him. He should say, okay, maybe I should get some stuff here before I keep up this pace. Does get a slug though on the bridge, which is probably kind of what he was looking for there. Also does have an elephant, which does help a lot. Getting the key. Reddy broke a watch, does break Transmitter here as well. Got here a little bit later. The teleporter does have to deal with a Templar and the Imp at the same time. This is kind of a scary situation.
Yeah, I mean, we can see for everybody right now, the damage has not come online in terms of dealing with these enemies. I mean, stage 4 is difficult for Confused. It's looking difficult for Sneck as well.
Confused does proc Transmitter, stage 4 TP. Dealing with the same Elder at the moment.
It'll be interesting to see how Reddy kind of turns out here, because he's taking a lot more time and almost plus 5ing.
Almost.
But is ending up with some extra items here. I saw you got that extra hoof.
Looks like Tyler just starting the teleporter though, a little bit later than I was kind of hoping. And Reddy's finally leaving onto stage 4. His expression, very excited.
We do have a speed printer on stage 5, which is a big deal. That is something that people often talk about on Railgunner. Just print speed and then go to Mithrix.
It's
yeah,
literally on the teleporter, by the way, as well. Like, to say someone could miss it is insane. That does proc. Transmitter does lose their entire barrier from Transmitter from a brass contraption there. That was really scary. Down to really low health here. Does have the slug and the healing drone just trying to keep it up. Very good TP.
That is
tough.
really rough. The second +5 is just, it's hard to come back from.
I mean, looking at him and Confused, they're really at the same spot right now, to be honest. So
yeah,
with a 10-minute difference, that's painful.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Confused should kind of be set. I mean, he has the speed, he has the band. You can skip pillars with this shift, and that's kind of all she wrote on this run for him, as long as he can kind of clean up this stage 5. But yeah, so my question here is, if Tyler finishes up this stage 5, can he catch up to Confused? Because he does have that extra ice band. I think he does have a little bit more damage. I don't know if that's going to be
enough. Tyler's only 30% of the way through teleporter, and Confused is skipping right now. Actually doing a host skip with Elephant.
Yeah. This is sick. Oh,
does not.
Mind.
Oh.
This isn't sick.
This is not sick at all.
Yeah, and for Sneck now, the focus is just have a clean fight. Make sure you don't +5. Other people can make mistakes. Other people can mess up their skip. The run's not over for him by any means.
Confused, trying to do the skip again, misses again. Down like 25% curse on the health bar.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that will help Tyler catch up is if Confused doesn't get to the arena.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that'll make a difference.
Blowing the lead right now.
Sneck making his way through phase 1 here, freezing Mithrix over and over, just getting those bands out. And Reddy should be on the moon soon. I think he's a little bit too far behind for him just to kind of outplay himself back into the lead. But if anybody makes a mistake, he's waiting there to take those points from them.
Tyler is going up. I'm a little concerned though about this.
Yeah, he doesn't have this.
He's gonna have to throw down a mine. He should have done it earlier. No, not like that. He blocked it. Okay. And then Snek almost done with phase 3, by the way. Halfway through. But that means you're basically done because you have freeze. And you're done, and Snek skips.
Yeah, unfortunately, Snek taking a couple of +5s, but outside of that, a very quick run.
Fuse is just trying to make it through phase 2 right now. Does get into pizza phase. Trying to use the banner to get an extra attack speed. Or the M2. I love when people use this banner. Looks like he's got it though. Should try to get in a position where he can get into a good portal though soon. It's kind of on the other side of the stage. Does get the skip. Easy peasy. Tyler in phase 2 right now. Already halfway through phase 1. Okay, so it looks like Confused is going to get in first here. Probably going to get a close to 24-minute time.
This is actually going to be close between Ruddy and Tyler.
It is kind of
well. At the ship, but if you look at their times,
yeah, Ruddy got there at 26:20 about. I don't think Tyler can get there. Tyler, yeah, so Ruddy's gonna take it by only just a few seconds. That is something else, man. Wow. Very, very close today.
Close.
Well, not a bad railgunner run. Honestly, that stage 5 kind of came in pretty clutch with the speed printer sitting right on top of it with some bans as well for you guys. So we got a few more loadouts to go today. Let's start getting through them. Merc next. Snek can absolutely win overall today, and I'm not even coping when I say that at all. Like he has shown in the past that he could just turn it on, get first, and absolutely win. But
the only thing I'll say, Snek needs to change the way he's playing. I don't think this has been a case of, oh, come on, man. Well, I was going to say, I don't think this has been a case of just the loadout's not quite working. I think fundamentally he's not playing as well as he's capable of. And that's the difference he needs to make is, getting back to his normal self. But
a +5 at the very first enemy in the run is pretty tough, man. I will say +5 at the start of a run is tough, because you can't get bonus points anymore. This is also a very controversial loadout lately. Not the loadout, the character. A lot of people have been really struggling with Merc lately, I feel like. Kind of attributing it to pretty decently bad runs. And not because the character is bad, just because they're just having trouble playing him lately, I think. On the flip side of that, has been very good with Merc and practicing Merc a lot. I kind of have my money on Tyler here a little bit.
Merc's not an easy survivor. It's one of those skill-based survivors. You need to learn exactly the strategies to play Merc, exactly how fast you can play, how you're scaling around the enemies. It's not very pick up and play. So if you're used to playing with a certain style on all these other survivors and going really fast, as we've seen the meta change, you need to intentionally practice Merc around that. It's not just gonna work itself out. Looks like a couple of these racers are picking up the Lost Sears lenses. What do you think about that on Merc?
I don't know, because Merc I think struggles the most with Mithrix, right? And not survivability, but just how long it takes. It's usually a very long fight, and I feel like you take Void Seers when you're worried about the rest of the game, but you shouldn't be worried about the rest of the game, in my opinion. So I feel like getting any and all crit just to help out the Mithrix fight, just percentage-wise, is just better. But I don't know, maybe...
it's confusing.
Confused. Barely levels up!
2.
That was very close.
Crazy. All right, well, don't +5 now. Make sure you get to safety a little bit. There is a elite.
I mean, I know
the name of these enemies. Oh, that is a +5 on Confused.
And Snek and Confused had been both saying lately that Merc is just not their character as of late. So, and that kind of, I guess, is an example of it. Snek is also really low in the fight here. A lot of the blind pests are just kind of keeping air support for the Beetle Queen. Just got to make sure to take those out. Well, now Tyler and Ruddy, right? And then Tyler, I already thought had a decent chance of winning here. Already pulled ahead basically by 5 minutes.
And it's funny because Tyler and Ruddy have both played this stage 1 slow. I think we can say it's pretty slow to be leaving at 6 minutes. But that doesn't matter when the other two racers have a +5. They could have played it 3 minutes slower and then things would be even right now.
Yeah, I guess I'm just worried. Like I said before, I'm worried about, look at Snek. He doesn't have a damage item at all. Not a single one. So when he gets to Mithrix, how long is this fight going to take him? His Mithrix fight might take longer than, I'm not even kidding, it could take longer than someone else's entire run because Mithrix keeps leveling up. and the other person has more damage, and then just accelerates through.
You'll see people like get to phase, oh, that's another +5 on Snack. But you'll see people get to phase 3 and they don't have enough damage to kill the ads, and then the ads start piling up, and then all of a sudden there's just no way to deal with the fight.
Ooh,
I mean,
Confused getting a Beads of Fealty, putting that into the oh. Okay. It's just a normal pearl.
Man, you were so excited. Wait a second, he's getting another Beads of Fealty. He's gonna put it into the...
Come on, the cleansing pool. Get an Iridium Pearl, please.
Surely.
I'm ready. That's another pearl.
Oh, hey, plus 20% HP.
That's not bad. Also, if there's a boss printer, like he's cashing in. Looks like Tyler's getting the double pearl as well on stage 3. Always cool. We never really get pearls, so it's always neat to actually see them when they show up.
I'm liking Ruddy's build the most right now. He's got that multiplication between the Focus Crystal and the APR.
Yeah.
Along with a little bit of speed, has some AoE from the Will-O-Wisp.
Alright, Confused onto stage 4 as well. I mean, Confused does have the Focus Crystal, also doesn't have the AP round, does have a little bit of bleed, does have the speed, has more healing, I think, than the others. I'm just kind of waiting for some damage to show up, though, right? I'm still waiting on, like, something bigger. Something like a band would be nice. I mean, this is kind of greedy. I'm asking for a lot, but like a poly loot would be kind of cool or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Snack fighting the grandparent. So that's just kind of nice to know that the other players are going to have to fight a grandparent. And there is a little bit of cover here because of, you know, the arch, and you can stand behind it. But it is also kind of a tanky boss. So we'll see how the others can kind of get through it.
Reddy's still looting up on stage 3, though. Really
I'm
taking
surprised.
his time.
I mean, it is kind of a small stage, so I don't know what was holding him here so long, but he doesn't really seem to have that many more items.
Yeah, I mean, that strategy has been paying off for him pretty well today, though. I mean, if it's working to take your time, take that extra minute on these stages, and you're seeing that other people are taking those +5s, like, keep it up. Like, you just need to get second today.
Yeah.
And if you can kind of keep a strategy that's very consistent and a little bit safer, that might be the move.
Tyler is entering stage 5 right now without a +5, so yeah, Tyler and Reddy just got into stage 4.
I will say, though, like, going into Mithrix, like, this is going to be a slow-ass fight. They don't have anything that's going to really speed it up. Tyler's going to be comfortable with it. He does have some movement speed, damage reduction with that wrap. He does have some damage, but definitely not enough damage that it's going to be a quick fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, spend some time on this stage 5, really loot around, look for some difference-making items.
There is a shuriken in a multi-shop that Tyler just pinged.
Reddy almost finished with this teleporter on stage 4, but you can see he's a good bit behind. And
Plasma Shrimp in the Void Sea runs at TP. Very good. Missing out on that is going to be pretty painful. And Confused is off on the moon.
That +5 might not be enough to take him out of contention for first tier. I mean, depending on how much Tyler and Reddy loot, Confused does have that Plasma Shrimp, does have a Focus Crystal.
I think something that we haven't really talked about is actually putting Confused really far ahead of our expectations as well. It's the wings. Tyler may be ahead in terms of like place in time, but Confused can get across this moon way faster, not only to Mithrix, but to the ship. Looted stage 5 way faster. So, I mean, it's giving him a lot of opportunities here.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like Reddy's gonna loot around a little bit here.
Reddy's scrapping
some bungus.
I'm surprised. I mean, coming from the guy I don't want to print bands because it took too long. I'm surprised to see him print it.
Oh, he prints a gas? Interesting.
I'm scratching my chin. It might help with the wisps or something. I mean, Tyler's starting off the fight right now. Confused halfway through phase 1. So it doesn't look like too much of a lead, but also Merc takes a long time. You don't really see it when you're playing Merc normally in normal runs, that how dependent he is on getting a lot of damage from crowds and stuff with the M1, kind of proccing expose a lot of the time. A lot of your abilities are getting reset way faster, you're snowballing, you know, all of that stuff. That just doesn't happen here. I mean, you can get as many exposed procs as like you can, but it still isn't one guy that you're fighting, and so it's just going to take longer.
So what we can look at between Confused and Tyler is there are front runners right now, with maybe Reddy coming in, but I think he's a bit far behind. Confused started phase 2 at about 29 minutes. So we can kind of gauge where Tyler is going to be relative to that +5.
He's taking a lot of damage here, though. I think Tyler could get there before that. Oh,
yeah.
That's a +5 for Confused as well. I kind of saw that one coming.
And something of note is Tyler has 2 wraps. So he doesn't really have to be quite as scared of those wisps during phase 2. You can play a lot more aggressively. There was another Void Cradle on stage 5 that Reddy just found, like all the way at the opposite side of TP. That
Next to the
spaces inside of
bleed
it.
printer, by the way. I guess that's
which
why he
he's
was
going
scrapping.
into.
Ooh, and another death for Confused. They're still in phase 2. This is where it all crumples, huh? I mean, Ruddy and Tyler definitely are getting points here. That's another death for Confused. We're at 20 minutes. Confused in phase 3, but I mean, with 4, maybe 5+5s coming in right now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he took some more here as well. Phase 3 is where it just gets more and more difficult when these ads come up. Tyler on to phase 3 now. We'll see how his damage looks. I mean, it's not going to be a fast phase 3, but he's been able to have a clean fight here.
Yeah, and if he gets first because he played it clean, deserved.
And Ruddy, even though he's getting to the fight around 30 minutes, like he's in position to get second. And this is the type of position that Ruddy excels at, is just not +5ing. I mean,
oh, Tyler dies.
Oh,
Ruddy's looking at first, as long as he doesn't die. And Tyler, don't play sloppy now. I saw him take another swipe after the +5 there. Just keep your head in the game. Man.
Yeah, and the big thing here now is if Tyler does +5 again and Ruddy has a clean run, that opens up bonus points.
Oh, true.
Confused is on to phase 4, taking down Mithrix now.
This is what would have happened in Sneck's run pretty much regardless of the +5s, because he didn't get enough items. You have to get items for this fight or something for it to not take an hour. Phase 4 skip for Tyler there. Very good job.
Wait, I'm first real time? What?
Oh yeah,
you're here first. I want to just point out real quick, Ruddy is using the squid build to its like full effect right now. Like he is getting squids in, man. He is playing around the caffeinator.
I mean, the reality is that it's like the race isn't actually over for Sneck. No. He's at a big disadvantage, but like he can get bonus points in the last 2 loadouts and still get second for the day.
And there are the squids in phase 4. We did it.
Yeah.
The build. So you got first, Tyler second, Confused you got third, and Sneck you got fourth. Sorry for that loadout.
Fucking hate Merc, man.
Classic Merc 20-minute Mythics fight. We have 2 more loadouts today. Can you believe it? So let's get them out of the way. Blight Acrid coming up next. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
We're tied up at 6-6 after 3 loadouts. So it's anybody's game.
That is so insanely close. I don't know. I don't think this was like a huge fear of mine, but whenever we do new systems like this, because we're doing 5 loadouts today, I was like, what if we have a situation where, you know, it's a no contest after, you know, 3 loadouts or something. The fact that we're tied for 3 people, anyone could bring it back in any of the 2 loadouts remaining. So that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about this loadout? You like Blight Acrid?
No.
Why is that?
Because it sucks.
Oh, come on.
I mean, okay, so in the context of racing, it's fine because you're just going to be focusing on meleeing anyway. The poison isn't going to be your main damage. And likewise, Blight isn't going to be your main damage either. It's just going to be there while you melee away or have an equipment that does damage. When you go fast enough as well, you kind of override a little bit of the scaling problems Blight has by a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, hot take, Blight's better. Because on stage 1, Blight does more damage than poison does. And if you think about it, later on in the... Sorry, I'm trying to keep a straight face. Later on in the run, you're really doing damage with your M1. So it's like when you need it most, it's there. Anyways, Confused has 2 chronic expansions and a crit glasses. Ruddy found a gasoline. There's some good items on this stage, man. I'm looking around at these tri-shops, looking around at these chant shrines they're opening.
The gas alone is already such a nice start to any run. And speed for Confused and Sneck as well. Like, that's crazy. We have kind of a starter pack here. I mean, what Acrid is looking for in the entirety of the run, you just want speed and AoE, basically. And then, like, you focus on the damage molts. Speed running or gauntlet racing, obviously you want the damage molt, but speed and AoE is still kind of on the top of your list.
The X factor of every Acrid loadout is phase 2 of Mithrix. Do you have a way to deal with phase 2? And there's kind of 2 ways you can approach that. Do you get some wraps and some damage reduction so that you can just get in there and not be at much risk? Or do you just get enough damage where you're insta-killing everything, or like a shuriken where you can play from a little bit more distance?
Something transformative, yeah, like a shuriken or like an equipment or something, a capacitor would be amazing, something like that.
We should also mention, which maybe you said earlier and I missed it, but it's just the Acrid M1 tech that we see Sneck using.
We haven't really talked about it today.
Yeah, if you're able to mash at exactly 10 clicks a second. I forget the exact inputs, but
Look
you
at
can
Confused doing it right
melt
now.
bosses. Yeah,
Look at
Confused
that.
just
Ooh,
destroyed that pretty good.
very clean
Um,
too. He held that rhythm. Snack and Confuse
Yeah.
are the ones who are like pioneering kind of using the tech and gauntlet runs actually. They're getting really
Yeah.
consistent at it, and it's very scary.
And that's kind of a big X factor today, because as far as I know, Ruddy and Tyler don't use the tech. When I say that, I don't want it to sound like Ruddy and Tyler are like lazy, not learning a tech. This is one of those techs that's so difficult that like some people just aren't going to be able to do it. They're just like physically, it doesn't really align with the way they play games. The fact that Snack and Confuse are able to do it the way they are really is telling of how much practice they put into it.
And Snack just eviscerating the Z construct. Oh, there's a +5 for Tyler. Unfortunately, stage 2. He was taking a lot of damage. Normally, I will say I don't think the speed tech helps way too much in the context of a normal teleporter. It's nice to get rid of a boss for sure, but it's not making the teleporter go faster. This isn't a prismatic trial or anything like that. But I will say, in the case of like a Z construct, you don't really want to deal with those. And those just being alive is causing you problems. So
yeah,
unfortunately.
But I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Snack here. I mean, his win condition is getting bonus points and having the right combination of other people get. If he can keep this pace up and, you know, other people make some mistakes, you know, he's doing what he needs to.
It's mostly like in this one in particular, it's really Snack and Confused versus each other right now. They're kind of keeping pace, and I'm kind of thinking like, who's just going to make a mistake first? I do like how Confused has the safer spaces. Snack without it, kind of a little bit more rough. I mean, is a little bit ahead on time.
Yeah, I mean, Confused is just taking some time to loot this stage 3 a little bit more and not really being rewarded for his efforts.
Does try to get equipment, gets a caffeinator, not anything really useful here.
Oh yeah,
does take out the boss, but does proc a transmitter, and it is kind of just shuffling around the enemies in this teleporter circle. Kind of scared me a little bit. He does have to stun the Elder if he wants to kill it soon, but he can't because he's okay. Jesus.
Meanwhile, for other racers, they're still hanging out on stage 3, and it looks like
Tyler not see the Brine of Shaping, or
maybe in an act of protest, he's opting not to use it. Just recognizing it, maybe it takes away from the races when there's more free lives. That's actually, it's a really beautiful moment we're watching on Tyler's screen.
Yeah, moment of silence, please.
Anyways, we need to have a moment of silence for this alloyed warship unit who Confused is about to just decimate with this M1 tech.
Hopefully. You just have to get a little bit above it, hitting the underside. We need to see straight on, not get shot by the big shotgun either. I would like to see a nice red here, and this is the perfect time to do it too. Like right during TP, Awu is just kind of like floating on in. Oh, he's going for it right now. Does have to get out though. He has to jump in and at the perfect time, then just start spamming 10 times a second, which is really hard. It's combining a lot of things. Oh, so close. Should have it though.
Get it this next time though.
Yeah, just jump in and you're good. Oh, leveled up though. Okay, there we go.
All right, and that'll break it down, and he gets a
alien head.
Alien head. I mean, not bad.
I mean, I think that's fine for the jump. It'll also make the player skip a little bit faster as well.
Snack, on the other hand, is dealing with the stage 5 teleported boss right now, which is his
another
construct. He is just melting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a quick boss.
Yeah, and we can see Ruddy right now actually like having to fight these vagrants, actually having to fight the Soulless Control unit, and the damage is still really good, so it's not too difficult, but it just makes things a little bit sketchier when you don't have that tech down.
Yeah, we have crit and ATGs for Ruddy, and it's perfectly fine. I'm just kind of concerned about Tyler right now. He is still on stage 3. Meanwhile, we have 2 of our racers in stage 5. And Tyler has a +5.
It feels like Tyler's just been like crushing today. But you look at the scoreboard and everybody's tied up except for Snack. So like he's not at an advantage like enough where like he can get 3rd place twice and be good. He needs to clutch up in one of these last 2 runs and really put on a performance. Oh, wait a second. We might have a Ruddy moment right now. He's going through the blue portal, the Ruddy Classic.
Oh,
might be the first blue portal we've seen today.
It definitely is, and it's the first one we've seen in a while, even before that. Looking for headset, probably.
I think it's a weird play. His greens are so good right now.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising. Feather, double ATG, even transmitter and whip, and even honestly, Uke. Like these are pretty damn good here. I mean, I guess he was hoping for Drone Man headset or something. I mean, he doesn't even have a ban for headset though, so I don't know. I mean, what could he really
one
want?
more ATG on Confused, and then finds Brain Stalks. That's a bit of a nothing red item.
That's an
But
item.
does have some good fodder for a potential white soup.
That way, Snek is on the moon, but does take a little bit of damage already from some perfected exploders, so that's not ideal. Very scary. Already proccing Transmitter even before we're even getting to the fight. Does not bode well to me. Okay, Tyler's finally in stage 5. Still extremely worried here, but I mean, it could be a situation where Snek and Confused doing their tech on Mithrix both take a few deaths or something because they greed too much, and then maybe Tyler kind of sweeps in, gets some points on the board. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
would like to see him go a little bit faster, that being said.
Even with Snek having a little bit more damage, I think I like Confused's build more. Having that movement speed, having that spaces is going to be really big. Like,
Sure.
you cannot avoid getting hit by Mithrix during this fight. Like, it's going to happen. And I mean, luckily Snek has an opal, but like having just a full damage mitigation every, 14 seconds, that's very strong.
Does make it up though. Confused already starting the fight, however. Let's see if Confused can get a few reps in of the tech. It looks
Yeah.
like it's really hard for him to do it. He's only gotten a few extra hits in at most and already taken a hit back for it. So far it hasn't been overly worth it.
What I will say here, though, is if you look at their curse, you look at the amount of damage they've been taking, Confuse has been able to survive with a lot less curse, taking a lot less hits.
That spaces.
And Snack is starting to add up a little bit. And throughout that fight, when you get to phase 2, it's going to matter.
Confused is in phase 2 right now. Already took out, I think, 2 of the wisps. Does take a lot of damage, though. Is going to have to pull back a lot here. I'm kind of worried that he might have to pull back too much. Ooh, taking damage from this exploder. All right, he's going to have to really pull back now. Snek might take a +5 here in a second. He just got to be a little bit careful, but these things are going to shoot him. He has to get it behind the ramp probably to be safe. Or something. No, out in the open is not it, man.
Does he have any healing?
Gonna have to actually M1 and M2 to get health back.
Oh, and for Confused, he has that caffeinator, so that
Holy
is some
shit.
healing. That's going to make a difference.
Ooh.
Light?
Jumping into that golem there actually almost cost Confused his life. Gotta be a little bit careful. Taking so much damage this phase. I'm surprised that Confused and Snek have not died. They're playing risky and it's scary, but they are playing well. They're not dying.
They're kind of in their element here, but I will say for Snek, he's been sitting up on this ramp for like almost 2 minutes now, just trying to figure out when he's actually allowed to go in.
Ooh, this is gonna be a problem for him right
Get a
now.
wisp here, but might take a lot of damage, and that's a +5 for Snek.
Had everything ready for him, but didn't have a phase 2 solution, and this is what we were talking about earlier.
Ready on phase 1, and Tyler almost finishing up phase 1 as well. I mean, I think Confused should be in a good spot to take this loadout at this point. On the bottom left screen, we have Tyler that's actually starting his phase 2 now, and like we said, this is the deciding part of the run for everybody, and he immediately procs his transmitter, really struggling to get damage in without taking hits.
I don't know what...
He goes in during pizza.
Oh, that was
Gets out
really
of pizza.
scary. Oh my god. And Tyler dies again in phase 2.
Oh,
That
that's
is
tough.
pushing him back down.
I will say bonus points are on the table for Confused here.
If Confused dies here, though, I think it's actually up to Ruddy. I think he absolutely could. So we'll see.
It's gonna be really
Ooh, these
tight.
ads. Oh my god.
Yeah, and this is what we can see with the tech, is it's really strong, but when you get the chance to actually set that up during phase 3, when there's pizza and there's ads,
It has to
and
be
there's
pretty
the
much when he
shockwaves.
jumps down, but like he's not anywhere close to near Mithrix when he's jumping down. He's hiding behind here, behind the pillars, so
here's some good damage from Confused now, though. Gets into the pizza, gets out of
he
the
is
pizza.
scaring me. He does have safer spaces, so he can be a little bit more aggressive than it looks. But now that the ads have spawned, he can't really risk going in there like that. So he's got to be a little bit careful. Confused is just about to finish phase 3 right now, by the way. Maybe he can get a phase 4 skip.
Nope.
Did not want to try to go for phase 4 skip there. He says, my bad. He pulled away at the last second because the exploder was shooting him. And he didn't want to die. He was kind of scared that Mithrix would start swiping, but I mean, look how fast
But I mean,
this
that's just
phase
basically
4.
a phase 4 skip. Like,
Yeah.
oh, one more hit.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Very,
that's going to be a
very
first
good
place for
job.
Confused. Yeah, just wonderful play from him. I think what was really cool about Confused Run is that he played aggressive, he used the tech, but he didn't go too far in. He didn't
Exactly.
take any +5s. He didn't make the big mistakes. And he struck that balance just very effectively. Well, Tyler is on to phase 3 as well now. Chipping down Mithrix, going to be dealing with some pizza just now.
Reddy does get a phase 4 skip as well, so no bonus points
Yeah, I
from
don't
you
think
unless
bonus points.
something extremely horrible happens. But
So he will be finishing up in second place, and assuming Tyler can have a clean end of his fight, he'll be getting third here, it looks like.
well, going into the final loadout here of the day, False Sun, it is really close, and honestly, any one of you could get pushed out into third and get chopped. So 2 of you are going to go
Let's just
on
have a
to the
tiebreaker.
grand final, and 2 of you are not. So good luck, guys.
I also want to mention there's like a very easy situation that ends up in a 3-way tiebreaker, which is just like the order being reversed from last time. Like,
Yeah.
we could end in 999 for points here and just have one more loadout for all 3 of them, which would be kind of hype.
Hey, it's good practice for next week. In the grand finals, we're doing 6 loadouts. And it is technically possible for us to have a tiebreaker in the grand final and have 7 loadouts next week, which I'm sure some people are like, holy kill me, I don't want to play 7 loadouts. But I mean, hey, that's the...
I don't know if my voice can take 7 loadouts, but we'll see what happens.
And we're doing the house
what do you
inch
think
run
about
right
this
now.
False Sun loadout. What do you like this guy? You like this False Sun guy?
I think this is personally my favorite loadout when I play him. I love the spikes. I think the stakes are good, the big ones, but I think the spikes have a lot more natural synergies, especially when it comes to laser burst as well. You get so many of them back, and you can shoot so many of them so quick that you're just naturally getting all these procs. And especially when we think about Luminous Shot, False Sun's natural like giga synergy item, get that leveled up way faster with spikes than stakes. So that's kind of my opinion on it.
And that's the item. That's what everybody's going to be looking for.
Item.
If that item exists on this seed, there's going to be 2 parts of this run, which is before you find the Luminous Shot and after you find the Luminous Shot. And after is you going to Mithrix and killing him. We do see a Queen's Gland out of this second teleport, so everybody will get a little BG friend to accompany them to Mithrix.
Accompany them to their road to grand finals, truly.
Their road to grand finals, man. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
It's crazy because like we've been talking about doing something like this for like 2 years. Like we've had like meetings and long discussions and like debates, like, you know, so many people have put so much work into an event like this happening, so it's really cool to be here. And all these racers have put years of practice at this point now to be playing for these prizes, and really just like even more than like winning a few $100, like being able to say like, yeah, I'm the only person that ever won seasons, because whoever wins will be the only one.
I'm sure we'll get him a virtual trophy as well.
I mean, money is fleeting, but first place, that lasts forever. Well, they'll be telling their kids about this one day.
Yeah.
So something to remember is like Sneck can like ruin somebody's day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like Sneck can get second place over somebody when they needed second place and they end up with third, and that's it for them. And you know, I kind of wondered going into this loadout, like, is he just gonna kind of phone it in and let it be a battle between the other 3? But that's not happening right now.
No, he's
playing
gaming.
his best. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not gonna go out and just like let them not beat me to get into this finals. Oh, and most importantly, out of the gamer chest, Sneck finds a Luminous Shot, and it's like kind of deep in there.
Crazy.
This is going to be the adaptive chest that decides this run. This could be an adaptive chest that decides if people are going to finals. If they hit this correctly and get the Luminous Shot, you have a good run.
It's
If
crazy
not,
that you're right.
You might just be it. This is very exciting. So this is what we need to watch: is does everybody save the money for the adaptive chest, and then does everybody play it correctly?
You can't get more of a skill check than an adaptive chest, right? That like if someone plays that well and they win, they fucking deserved it. Confused getting a large chest behind TP right now, getting a shuriken. That's not the adaptive chest though. Really don't know if we'll have money for it. I don't know if we will. Getting the pearl though, which is good on False Sun.
Oh no,
he gets a
opens
regular
small
chest.
He's not gonna get it.
Oh no.
Okay, so we place Confuse in one box, which is the box of people that don't have a Luminous Shot. Now we just need to see, are Tyler and Ruddy going to find it? I mean, Ruddy's got a lot of money. He got those pennies earlier.
Yeah.
So that means money's not going to be an issue for him here.
Confused also scrapping beads on False Sun. And that in combination with getting the Pearl, I mean, we already have a double special on Confuse in terms of growth scaling, which is really good. No one else has that right now.
Okay, Ruddy's making his way towards this part of the stage.
He's
as is
not
Tyler.
going for it, though. He's leaving.
He misses
Does
it?
not have it. The only one who has it is our wild card
Wow.
of the day, Snack. Snack's gonna
Kinda
ruin
nuts, 'cause-
someone's day, maybe.
Gonna make it a little bit of an honest race between these other three who can win without a luminous shot, who can keep
Who
their
can win without bonus
normal
points.
Sun.
You know?
Yeah.
Like who's not gonna get first and just get the regular point. And then maybe that's the big thing, right? Like normally in the last couple loadouts, right? It was like, okay, between first and third, who gets what? But now if you get third between the each, maybe you get 0 points, and because you got fourth on the day.
Well, Confused is ahead right now, picking up an Ocular HUD on stage 5, puts him in a really good spot. Like I said earlier, if Confused finishes relative to Tyler or Ruddy in first or second, he wins today. That's all he needs.
It's more about who is going forward. Is it Ruddy or is it Tyler? That's kind of my big question. I mean, obviously Confused can get in third and not get to finals, but I'm not really thinking of that right now. I'm kind of thinking, I'm pretty sure Tyler or Ruddy is going to be one of the few that's going to get chopped here.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
I'm-
Oh my god, never mind! Tyler gets a recycler and re-rolls the equipment into a vase. See, now
That's insane.
that is a big fucking lead item.
Dude,
Meanwhile,
that's like such a Tyler moment. Like only him that would happen to.
Meanwhile, Confused and Ruddy, they don't really have anything unique to their run to push them forward. I mean, Confused does have the extra growth from Prayer Beads, but so does Tyler at this point. This is very interesting. I think it kind of depends between the three of them, between Confused and Ruddy now, who does the skip better. And we know last time Confused lost because he couldn't do this skip, so I hope he practiced. And I hope it didn't scar him enough, because he's Snack doing it right now on the moon. All right.
And the thing is, like, you might be thinking, like, okay, why does the vase matter? They have the skip. Look at Snack's screen right now. The skip exists. It is not as fast as vasing up to the arena. The vase is going to save them at least a minute.
You have to walk over to Mass. You have to do the skip, which takes like, what, 30 to 40 seconds or something. You have to walk back to the ship when you're done with Mithrix. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Snack does make it up, though. Very good job on that. First try. And we'll see how fast Snack does this fight. He does have Ocular HUD with the luminous shots, so...
I'm going to say sub 20. Yeah, it's going to be sub 20.
And then look at this already. Check this out.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Confuse is on the moon. Tyler is on the moon. Ruddy playing a little bit more cautiously. Is this a recycler here? Nope, that's an FMP.
No, it was like way back in the try shop, I think. But what is this? It's just a Wungus. Damn, Ruddy needs something. Maybe this is a luminous shot, perhaps. No, it's a gas. I mean, he does have FMP. Maybe the gas is like helping him out. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's gonna need something though. Tyler is up into the fight already. Confused is not even out of the tunnel yet. Oh, dude, this is.
Let's see how his damage is here.
Crazy.
Let's not forget, Tyler has the Clover with that ATG, so getting some extra procs off of that. All right, Confuse is in position, waiting to go up.
Tyler halfway through phase 1 though. Ruddy on the moon now. Snack halfway through phase 3. More than halfway through phase 3. Only a third left. Gonna go into phase 4 in only a few seconds here. I mean, luminous shot, right? Check this out. Look at that. Like, nope, get done. Got an ATG off of luminous shot proc. Easy. Confused going up right now.
Using all of his spikes, he should be close enough.
Is close enough.
He gets the skip first try. That's some big character development we see there from Confused.
Say
But Tyler, on the other hand, is already onto phase 2, a whole phase ahead of Confused.
Snack blasting off to the ship. Done with the fights. Yeah, it is a sub 20. It's going to be sub 19.
Sub 19. And here's the thing, is Ruddy's struggling to get into position right now. And to be very clear, if Tyler gets second, Confused gets third, and Ruddy gets fourth, I think it's Confused and Tyler that move on. And Ruddy gets just pushed to the side, and he gets chopped. Ruddy needs to get the skip. He needs to get it now.
Honestly, though, even if he had hit it first try, I still think he's behind the others. That's the other thing, too.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way to catch up. The only thing Ruddy can do right now, assuming that the others are finishing, is have Confused finish ahead of Tyler. Because if Confused finishes ahead of Tyler, we'll have a tiebreaker in between Tyler and Ruddy. But if Tyler finishes first here, second, I should say, that's going to be his day.
Tyler is basically done. Almost got hit by the enemy BG there. Actually has to be a little bit careful.
But I think Tyler's done exactly what he needed. Re-rolling to get the vase, getting up to the arena faster, finishing ahead of Confused. That might be sending him right to the finals. And as long as Confused finishes this fight ahead of without a +5, I think we might know exactly who's going to finals here, Race.
I think so too. I think Ruddy is doing pillars right now, man.
He might be doing pillars for the last time.
For the last time.
Confused, typing holy. Tyler off on the ship. Let's grab Tyler and give him the good news. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, coach.
You're going to finals.
Oh,
good job. You got second.
I could feel like the pressure off your shoulders.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
very good.
I didn't think I'd get it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
GG.
Really nice play with the recycle at the end there. You're the only one that got the vase.
Fucking huge.
You're also the only one with the clover. So yeah, you really clutched up. Great stuff. Congrats.
Found the
Nice.
stuff.
Thank you.
Good job.
Well, we have one more person to congratulate. I will grab him. Confused.
Hello. Don't
You got
sound so
finals.
panicked. Jesus. No, I mean,
Oh my god.
good shit, man. Very good job.
Congrats.
We did it confused.
We did
You
it.
you and Tyler beat the Cub and Snack and going on. I
I'm
think
gonna give Reddy the bad news.
I will say, Ready, it didn't really matter that you missed the skip. You
Yeah.
were a little bit behind anyway, so like if you were like beating yourself up on just the skip knowledge there or something, don't.
I don't care about this lava. It's okay.
All right. You know, it was really interesting. I was watching Tyler's scrim just a few days ago. Tyler, you were on stage 5, and there was a trash up at the recycler, and you had left without getting it. And Faku was like, "What are you doing?" And you were like, "Oh shit, I could have re-rolled to try to get a vase." And I think that might have stuck with you just enough for today to have it happen and actually get you the win for it. So it's cool to
Yeah,
see it
that's
kind of
exactly
like
what I was thinking.
full circle there a little bit. At the end of the day, amazing semifinals, by the way, guys. I mean, all the way through. It was so intense at the end, like stage 5 of this run. It was just back-to-back things happening. We had no idea who it was going in favor for, and then it just worked out the way it did. Obviously, thank you guys for playing the 5 Loadout semifinals today. Congrats to everyone who played, but especially to Confused and Tyler. You guys definitely earned that shit. So we'll see you guys next week for the grand finals to face off against Big D and Faku. But very good job. And it's been a long journey, Confused. You climbed through everything to get here, by the way. That was crazy.
Out of bracket. I barely qualified.
Yeah. You had some tough times in pools.
Switched
and
playstyles like throughout from like pools to quarters. I entirely swapped playstyles. I didn't even practice. I just like, yep, this probably worked. I don't even know how I'm still here.
Very good job. Definitely earning your spot. In the meantime, if you join the Discord, that's going to be when you're going to find out when the next race is going to be, etc. And you can definitely apply to be a racer or anything like that, especially coming up on DLC 3, right? It's not so far away at this point, everybody. So we're going to have some cool DLC 3 races when that happens. So you can apply at riskofresources.com/apply if you want to help up with the team as we try to adapt to DLC 3 stuff or anything like that. But at the end of the day, thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we're very, very excited to go to Grand Finals. So thanks for playing, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.